You've been asking the wrong question your whole life. You keep asking a why me when things go wrong. When you're broke, when you fail, when you're rejected, when life punches you in the gut. But today, I want you to flip the script. Start asking, why not me? Why not you to rise out of struggle? Why not you to lead your family to generational wealth? Why not you to break the cycle of fear, procrastination, and mediocrity? Why not you to become the first millionaire in your bloodline? Why not you to write the book, run the business, live the dream? You see, champions are not born, they're built. And you're being built right now in the furnace of adversity. That pain you're feeling, it's not punishment, it's preparation. You think your challenges disqualify you? No, they will qualify you. Every sleepless night, every failure, every tear, it's a part of your training because pressure produces diamonds and you were never meant to stay cold. But you gotta believe it. You gotta want it more than you want sleep. You gotta grind when it's not convenient, sacrifice when it's uncomfortable, and believe when no one else believes in you. This ain't about talent, it's about hunger. It's about fire. It's about waking up every day and saying, I might not be the best, but I'm gonna be the hardest worker in the room. You're not here by accident. You were born with a purpose. There is something in you the world needs. Your voice, your strength, your vision. The people who changed the world weren't superhuman. They were just like you, but they believed. They refused to let their past define them. They chose to rise. They chose to fight. They chose to show up. So today, the challenge is simple. Stop doubting, stop waiting, stop wishing, and start owning your destiny. When the voice in your head whispers that you can, you scream back. Oh, why not me? Because the real question isn't if you can. The real question is, why haven't you started yet? You've been walking through life with a question in your heart that's holding you back. Why me? You ask it every time life doesn't go your way. Every time you fall. Every time the pressure feels unbearable. You whisper it when no one's around, when you're tired, when you feel invisible. But let me tell you something right now. That question is not helping you. That question is a trap. It keeps you a victim. It keeps you small. And I'm here to challenge you to flip the script, to ask a different question. One that holds power. One that holds power. One that opens doors. One that transforms your mindset. That question is a why not me? Why not you to be the one to rise above your circumstances? Why not you to be the leader your family never had? Why not you to build something out of nothing? To rewrite the story that's been written over generations. Listen, it's not about where you came from. It's about where you decide to go. You got dreams. You got goals. But every time it gets hard, you fall into the trap. You fall into the trap of thinking you're not good enough, not smart enough, not talented enough. You look at others and think, they've got something I don't. But the only thing they got that you might be missing is belief. See, belief is the foundation. It's what fuels action. You can have all the potential in the world, but if you don't believe it's for you, if you keep thinking greatness is for other people, then you'll never move. You'll stay stuck. But the moment you say, why not me? Everything begins to change. Because now you're not running from struggle, you're running through it. Now you're not questioning your worth, you're standing in it. This is where transformation begins, in the way you see yourself. If you see yourself as a victim, you'll always be one. But if you see yourself as a warrior, as someone who's chosen, someone who was made for more, then even the pain becomes part of your fuel. Your story matters. Your life matters. And it doesn't matter how many mistakes you've made, how far behind you feel, or how broken you are. In fact, the more broken you've been, the more powerful your comeback will be. Because scars don't disqualify you. They authenticate you. But you gotta make a choice. Are you gonna sit around and keep wishing you were someone else? Or are you gonna rise up and own the moment you've been given? Because the truth is, there are no guarantees. Tomorrow isn't promised. There's no perfect time. The opportunity you're waiting for might never come in the way you think it should. That means the time is now. The moment is now. The moment is now. The movement starts with you. And don't you dare think you're not ready. Ready doesn't mean perfect. Ready means willing. Willing to try. Willing to fail. Willing to keep going when it gets uncomfortable. Willing to show up when nobody claps for you. Willing to believe when nobody else does. That's what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. That raw decision to keep pushing, even when it's hard, even when it's lonely, even when you don't have it all figured out. You don't need a crowd to start. You don't need applause. You need commitment. You need fire in your soul. You need a reason that burns deep inside of you, a why that makes a sacrifice worth it. And if you got that, even if the world tells you no, you can still get up and go after it. Because the voice inside you is louder than the voices around you, if you let it speak. So when the world tells you to wait your turn, when it tells you to stay quiet, to play small, to stay in your lane, I want you to shout back. Why not me? When your past tries to shame you, when your failures try to define you, when fear tries to paralyze you, why not me? You are not here to blend in. You are not here to survive. You are here to break the cycle, to challenge the standard, to build something new. And that's not going to come from waiting for permission. It's going to come from declaring your worth, from choosing faith over fear, from waking up every day with a mindset that says, even if nobody believes in me, I do. Even if nobody sees it yet, I do. Even if I fall 100 times, I'll rise 101. Because the world doesn't need more doubters, more quitters, more excuse makers. The world needs you fully alive, fully engaged, fully determined. So stop asking why it's hard. Stop wondering why the door hasn't opened. Stop waiting for a sign. You are the sign. You are the answer to someone's problem. You are the miracle in motion. You are the one who breaks through, who inspires others, who lives with purpose. And it all starts when you look in the mirror and stop asking, well, why me? And start saying with fire in your voice, why not me? Pain is not the enemy. Pain is the process. It's the pressure, the resistance, the fire that forges champion. Somewhere along the way, the world convinced you that pain means stop. That struggle means you're doing something wrong, but that's a lie. The truth is the path to greatness is paved with pain. The people you admire, the legends you quote, the ones who stand on stages or build empires or make history, they didn't get there without it. They had to walk through rejection. They had to endure loneliness. They had to wrestle with fear, with doubt, with failure. They had to get up one more time, then they fell down. And you will too. See, pain has a purpose. It's not here to destroy you. It's here to develop you. It's not here to hold you back. It's here to build you up. It's your teacher. It's your coach. It's the refiner of your character. You don't grow in comfort. You grow in discomfort. You don't level up when everything is going your way. You level up when nothing is, and you keep moving anyway. When you're tired, but still grinding. When you're discouraged, but still believing. When it feels like everyone's overlooking you, but you're still showing up every single day. That's when you're growing. That's when you're becoming. That's when you're evolving in a version of you that was built for impact. Most people run from pain. They hide from it, numb it, complain about it, blame others for it. But the ones who rise, they face it. They lean into it. They don't just survive pain. They use it. They turn pain into fuel, into passion, into power. That heartbreak, that betrayal, that season feeling like nothing is working, that's not your ending. That's your shaping. It's producing resilience in you. It's giving you perspective. It's unlocking a version of strength you didn't even know you had. You had to stop seeing pain as punishment. It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. It's the resistance that strengthens the muscle. It's the fire that purifies the gold. Without it, you stay soft. Without it, you stay comfortable. Without it, you settle for average. But you weren't born for average. You were born for purpose. You were born to leave a mark, to build something real, something lasting. And to do that, you got to go through something. You got to be willing to hurt, willing to fail, willing to stretch. Because without the stretch, there's no growth. Think about it. The pain of discipline is hard, but it's lighter than the pain of regret. You can suffer for a season now, grinding in silence, putting in the reps, doing the work nobody sees. Or you can suffer later, wondering what could have been, living with the weight of potential wasted. Either way, there will be pain, but only one version of it leads to progress. Only one version leads to becoming the person you were designed to be. So you choose the pain of growth or the pain of staying the same. And here's the truth. Most people won't tell you. It's supposed to hurt sometime. That's how you know you're not playing small. That's how you know you're not staying stuck. If you feel nothing, you're not growing. If you feel everything, the fear, the weight, the tension, then good. That means you're on the edge of something powerful. That means you're close to the breakthrough. That means you're doing something most people won't even dare to try. So don't run from the pain. Don't rush out of it, learn from it. Let it stretch you, mold you, humble you. Let it make you stronger. Your pain is not your identity, but it is a part of your process. And if you embrace it, it will become a part of your power. You'll be able to walk into rooms with a quiet confidence because you've already walked through fire. You'll be able to lead, to speak, to create, to serve with authority because you didn't just read about the struggle. You lived it, you overcame it, and now you got something real to offer. Not theory, not hype, experience, that, truth. So stop asking for the easy road. Stop waiting for the day when everything feels perfect. It won't. Growth is messy. Transformation is uncomfortable. But it's in the mess that you find your message. It's in the discomfort that you discover your capacity. And it's in the pain that you unlock your power. You may not see it yet. You may feel like breaking, but you're not breaking down. You're breaking open. You're not falling apart. You're falling into place. There's greatness inside you and pain is pulling it out. You're being tested not to show your weakness, but to reveal your strength. You're being stretched not to snap, but to grow. You're being challenged not to lose, but to lead. And if you can just hold on, just one more day, one more step, one more breath, you'll look back and realize the pain didn't defeat you. It developed you. It prepared you. It shaped you for the life you were meant to live. Because that's what pain does when you let it outwork everyone, not because you're trying to prove something to others, but because you've made a decision to prove it to yourself. The truth is, there will always be someone more talented, more connected, more educated, more experienced. That's life. But what separates the successful from the average, the extraordinary from the ordinary, isn't talent, it's effort. It's the commitment to go all in. It's the daily choice to give 120% even when you could get away with giving 80%. Most people are willing to work hard when they feel motivated. Most people are willing to show up when it's easy. But the ones who rise to the top, the ones who win, they show up every single day, rain or shine, tired or energized, inspired or discouraged. They show up because they understand that greatness is not found in occasional bursts of energy. Greatness is built through consistent, relentless work. You have to decide right now that you are not going to be outworked. That no matter how gifted someone else is, they will never be able to match your grind because talent is a gift, but hustle is a choice. And if you make that choice every day, even the most talented people in the room won't be able to outlast you. They may start fast, but you'll finish strong. They may flash for a moment, but you'll build something that lasts. People say they want to succeed. They say they want to be great. But when it's time to do the work, when it's time to sacrifice, to wake up earlier, to study longer, to practice harder, they shrink. They find excuses. They hit snooze, but not you. Not anymore. You got something inside of you that's been waiting to break free. You've got dreams that require more than average effort. You've got a future that won't come to you. It has to be fought for. And that fight begins in the dark. It begins when no one's watching. It begins when there's no applause, no recognition, just you and the grind. The grind is where you separate yourself. The grind is where you build discipline, and discipline will always take you further than motivation. Motivation comes and goes. But discipline, that's your foundation. That's your anchor when everything around you is shaking. Discipline is showing up when your body is sore, when your mind is tired, when your heart feels heavy. Discipline says, I don't care how I feel. I care what I committed to. And when you stack those disciplined days on top of each other, day after day, the results will come. They may not come instantly, but they will come inevitably. There are no shortcuts. There are no hacks. There is only the work. You either put in the reps or you don't. You either stay late or you don't. You either sacrifice the party, the distractions, the comfort, or you don't. And your results will reflect the choice you make. You can't cheat effort. You can't fake grind. Eventually, the truth shows. Eventually, the work speaks. So you might not have the loudest voice or the biggest platform, but your work ethic can scream louder than any words ever could. Let people underestimate you. Let them overlook you. Good. Use it. Let that fuel you. Let it push you to wake up earlier, to train harder, to focus deeper. Because at the end of the day, the person who wins is the person who refuses to stop. Your competition isn't the person next to you. It's who you were yesterday. Beat that version. Outwork that version. Every single day, push a little harder. Go a little further. That's how you build momentum. That's how you build confidence. You earn it one disciplined action at a time. You're not going to rise to the level of your goals. You're going to fall to the level of your habits. So build the kind of habits that force success to chase you. Build habits that people can't ignore. Be the kind of person who shows up before anyone else and leaves after everyone's gone. Be the person who stays focused when everyone else is distracted. Be the person who executes when everyone else is still planning. You can have the dream. You can write the vision. But if you don't have the discipline to outwork everyone for it, that dream stays a fantasy. So don't just want it. Work for it. Don't just talk about it. Grind for it. Don't just post about it. Bleed for it. Put your head down. Put your ego aside. Put in the hours no one else is willing to. Because while they're sleeping, you're building. While they're wasting time, you're sharpening your skills. And while they're making excuses, you're stacking wins. Every time you push past tired, past doubt, past you're proving to yourself that you're built different. So make a decision right now that from this day forward, you will not be outworked. No matter what comes, you will outlast, out-hustle, out-discipline everyone around you, not to impress them, but to honor the calling on your life. Because this isn't just about work. This is about purpose. Belief is not just a feeling. It's not just some positive thought or empty mantra you repeat in the mirror. Real belief is a decision. It's a deep, unshakable conviction that even when the odds are stacked against you, even when nothing makes sense, even when everyone around you has written you off, you still believe. Not because everything is going perfectly, not because you have proof, but because you've made up your mind that quitting is not an option. That doubt will not win. That the vision you carry is stronger than the resistance you face. And the truth is, belief is hardest when you need it most. Not when everything is working, but when everything feels like it's falling apart. Anybody can believe when the sun is shining. Anybody can feel confident when the money's flowing, the opportunities are showing up, and people are cheering you on. But what happens when the lights go out? What happens when the door slams in your face? What happens when the very people who said they supported you are nowhere to be found? That's the real test. That's when belief becomes more than a word. It becomes your lifeline. It becomes the fuel that keeps your fire burning when the winds of life try to blow it out. You're going to have moments when doubt creeps in like a shadow. Moments when your past screams louder than your future. Moments when your reflection in the mirror looks like someone who's losing, someone who's tired, someone who's broken. And in those moments, you have to choose belief all over again. It's not a one-time decision. It's a daily battle. A moment-by-moment fight to hold on to the truth of who you are and who you're becoming, even when you don't feel it, even when you can't see the results yet. Belief is the bridge between where you are and where you're going. Without it, you stay stuck. You might move, but you won't progress. You might try, but you'll always second-guess yourself. That internal hesitation, that's what kills dreams. It's not failure. Failure is a teacher. But doubt paralyzes you. It steals your confidence. It makes you play small. And the saddest part is, the world doesn't even have to stop you. Because when you doubt, you stop yourself. That's why it's not enough to wait until you feel ready. You've got to move even while you're afraid. You've got to act even when the belief is shaky. Because belief is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Every time you speak life over yourself, every time you shut down the lies, every time you take that next step without seeing the full staircase, you're building belief. You're proving to yourself that you don't have to feel powerful to be powerful. You just have to be committed. You just have to keep going. The truth is, the people who make it are not the ones who never doubted. They're the ones who believe anyway. They're the ones who kept showing up, who kept putting in the reps, who refused to let their current circumstances define their ultimate potential. They failed, they hurt, but they never stopped believing that something greater was ahead. And because they believed, they kept building, they kept dreaming, they kept growing. And that belief became their foundation. You got to stop waiting for others to validate your dream. Some people won't see it until it's done. Some people won't believe in you until it benefits them. But you can't afford to base your future on their opinions. Their doubt is not your reality. Not your reality. Their silence is not your stop sign. Their fear is not your forecast. You have something they don't have. A vision, a hunger, a purpose that was placed inside you for a reason. And if you protect that belief, if you guard it like treasure, it will take you places that talent alone never could. You have to believe in your grind, in your process, in your capacity to grow. You're not finished. You're not defined by where you are right now. And no, it's not supposed to be easy. That's what makes it worth it. That's what makes it powerful. You don't need to know how everything will work out. You just need to trust that it will. If you don't quit, if you keep showing up, if you keep putting one foot in front of the other, even when you're limping, even when it feels like everything inside you is screaming to give up. That's the kind of belief that moves mountains. That's the kind of belief that changes lives. Not just your own, but everyone connected to your purpose. You don't even realize how many people are watching you right now. How many people will be impacted by your persistence, by your courage, by your refusal to stop believing when everyone else would have quit. Your journey is bigger than you. Your fight is not just about your victory, it's about giving others permission to fight too. So don't let the weight of today crush the promise of tomorrow. Don't let the noise outside you drown out the voice within you. You are more than your fear. You were born with something the world needs. That's not a motivational quote. That's not hype. That's truth. You weren't created by accident, and you weren't put here just to pay bills, scroll through life, and die with your potential locked inside. There is something unique about you, something no one else has. It's your voice. It's your vision. Your story, your scars, your experiences, your passion. And the world doesn't need another copy. It doesn't need you to blend in or try to fit into someone else's version of success. The world needs you fully alive, fully engaged, and fully walking in your purpose. But that won't happen by chance. You have to choose it. You have to step into it. On purpose, with fire, with conviction. There are people right now waiting for the real you to show up. Not the filter version. Not the version that's been quieted by fear, but the version that's bold enough to speak, to lead, to create, to love, to build, to rise. You don't have to be perfect to be powerful. You don't have to have it all figured out to make a difference. You just have to show up. You just have to decide that your presence matters, that your gift matters, that your life was given to you for more than survival. There is a reason you're still breathing. A reason you've gone through what you've gone through, a reason those ideas are stirring inside of you. It's not just for you, it's for others. Your story has the power to set people free, but it can't do that if you keep hiding. Every time you stay silent, every time you shrink, every time you play small, you rob the world of what you were meant to give. You weren't built to follow every trend. You weren't built to impress everyone around you. You were built to lead, to serve, to stand out. You were built with a purpose so specific that no one else on this planet can do what you do the way you do it. And if you don't step up, that purpose goes unfulfilled. That gift stays buried. That light stays hidden. And the sad truth is, most people never tap into their full potential, not because they aren't capable, but because they never believed they were worthy of it. They let fear win. They let comfort control them. They let the opinions of others write the script for their lives. But not you, not anymore. You've seen too much. You felt the pull. You've heard the whisper inside that says you were meant for more. And it's time to stop listening to it. Time to stop waiting for a perfect moment or a green light. You are the green light. You are the green light. You've got everything you need inside of you. Not because you're flawless, but because you're willing. Willing to grow. Willing to try. Willing to fail forward. Willing to take responsibility for your life and for your purpose. That's what separates those who live on fire from those who live on autopilot. They don't wait for permission. They move with intention. Your purpose isn't found in one big moment. It's revealed in the small, consistent steps you take every day. It's built through the late nights, the early morning, the quiet commitment when no one's clapping. It's revealed in the way you love people, in the way you serve with excellence, in the way you keep going when it's hard. You don't need a stage to make an impact. You don't need fame to fulfill your calling. You just need to be faithful where you are. The way you show up in the season will shape the way you show up in the next. And when you start living with purpose, you walk differently. You talk differently. You talk differently. You stop wasting time on things that don't align. You stop chasing approval from people who don't even know where they're going. You focus. You build. You dig deep because purpose gives you clarity. It gives you drive. It gives you resilience. When others quit, you endure. When others settle, you strive. Because you know this isn't just about success. It's about significance. It's about legacy. It's about leaving something behind that matters. Your purpose is bigger than your fear. It's bigger than your doubt. And yes, it's bigger than your past. Whatever you've done, whatever you've been through, it doesn't disqualify you. If anything, it equips you. It gives you compassion, depth, empathy, grit. The very thing you thought would break you is the thing that built you. And now you get to use that, not just to move forward, but to help others do the same. That's what walking in purpose looks like. It's not about you. It's about who you're here to impact. But you gotta start. You gotta stop waiting for perfect, stop comparing, stop stalling. Start showing up like it matters, does it does. Start working like the world is depending on your gift, because it is. Start living like the clock is ticking, because it is. Your time is now. Not when you're ready, not when it's easy. Now your purpose won't chase you forever.